Hello everyone, this is Crode giving you a shoutcast, and wow, the game sounds are loud, giving you a shoutcast and a game between Puma versus KingKong here on, you know what, I don't know the name of the map, and when I tried to look it up, it came up in Korean, so I will just say that this is an unknown map. It kind of looks like Krevas, but only a two-person version of it. It does also resemble a little bit of dual sight. Have I cast a game on this map yet? I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is actually part of the BattleNet, the next round of ladder maps, actually. And wow, this is a 7-patch gold, so that is also interesting as well. I don't know what version of the map this is, but I'm absorbing this at the same time as you are. You guys can take a look at the production tab to figure out what's really going on. There's some cliff line of sight blockers around the map as well. This expansion's a little bit further away, difficult to defend, but siege tanks here on the high ground could protect against this ramp and this ramp as well. The only problem is going to be that ramp coming in along the far side, and I'm not quite sure who has the advantage on this map. As we can see now, Puma opening up with that standard supply depot, maybe placing a barracks there, and oh, there is also what's it called, a brush right here to protect your high ground expansion here. So drops may come down here, but that brush, I'm not quite sure how it will be utilized. But this map does look very, very interesting. A drone now making its way down, and it looks like it will be going for a hatchery first on this map, even though it is only a 2 spawning map here, so we may see some marine pressure if Puma decided to go for that, but no, instead going for the standard build, going for that refinery, and this game is now underway. We'll see what these players try to open up with. Puma, if you did not know, I believe is part of the Evil Geniuses last time I checked. Meanwhile, KingKong, part of ST, I believe stands for Startail, as you now see an SCV also making its way out. July Zerg, perhaps one of the most famous people from Startail, as well as Puma now chases down this one drone. The drone will be able to sneak around on the inside, but not really get any much more information at all, as a Marine will soon be coming out to get some damage onto this one particular drone. And now all that drone can really do is get some damage and then try to grow up and be an extractor there. Meanwhile, SCV now coming in. We'll take a look, see the spawning pool here. There is already an extractor inside the base of KingKong. So Kong, or I just call him Kong throughout the rest of the match with the Zerg, he will be able to get that metabolic boost rather quickly, and he should be able to intercept any sort of marine pressure that would be coming in normally. However, we may be going into Reapers. Yes, and it is going to be Reaper. This is going to be a Reaper expansion here. And this is one of the things where you have to be very careful when you're fighting up against a Zerg player. The Zerg player could try to use this instead of a drone up hatch, more as a macro hatch. And if this is used as a macro hatch, a lot of Zerglings can come out and deal a lot of damage relatively easily there. You can see Stimpack now being researched as well. A Reaper making his way over will be able to shut down that extractor. The only thing is, does he want to reveal the fact that he does have a Reaper, as 2 more barracks now coming into play. So the Reaper now coming in, gonna get some easy shots onto that extractor. And I believe Puma just wants to clear out the extractor and make it at least seem like he may want to go into those higher tier units as a Marine. And now another Reaper joining in on the fight. You can see a barracks is being built over here, but I believe, I don't know if it was actually spotted at all. This barracks down over here is spotted there. That one barracks is spotted there, as a Reaper now makes his way across the map. You can see there are some Zerglings and some Queens down here. We are already teching the tier 2, and this is rather early for a Zerg player to tech to tier 2. 5 minutes into the game, teching the tier 2, and we'll see how much damage can truly be dealt there, as, this map is also very interesting in that Reapers cannot jump from here up into here. This is a double cliff, which is always important to keep track of. It is a double cliff. There's a ramp here and then another ramp here. Colossi and Reapers are unable to jump this, similar to Shakura's Plateau, as a second Reaper now joins in on the fight. We are going to be getting a lot of Marines, though, so this may be a stim timing push off of one base. You can see the Marines are spread across the entire map there. One Reaper out, a second Reaper out as well, perhaps going to shut down those Zerglings. Zerglings fall relatively quickly against Reapers, as Reapers are able to 2-shot. 1, 2, there's that second shot that I mentioned, as the Reaper is now getting some easy damage onto that one, those Zerglings there, and now taking a bit of damage in his back, and now the Reaper will try and retreat and return home. Marines are on the move. It looks like Stim will be finishing up in just a moment, and it looks like Combat Shield will take another 110 seconds right behind it. And will the Combat Shield even come into play is going to be the key question, but we are now going into a quick Spire. So a very, very fast Spire, and this is going to be off of a lot of gas. The Spire being hidden over here, but I don't think KingKong is actually ready for this. The Zergling going to pass by, see all of this, and not quite sure what that is at all. Flying shark in the middle of the air. As the Marines and Zerglings now going to engage, you can see more drones are being hatched, more Zerglings being added. There is one Spine Crawler there, but that Spine Crawler going to get quickly destroyed by those units, and now the Marines battling back and forth. SCV is also joining in, so this is an all-in attempt now coming in from Puma. Puma able to shut down one as the SCV is able to take down another one, and the Marines are just running in here, getting in a lot of damage. The Zerglings now trying to come in and surround. The drones also getting in on some of that damage as well, but it doesn't. Oh, the Spire was canceled in order to get more units, and immediately so you can see a lot of Marines still in this group. I believe the Reapers, still one Reaper in the group, getting in a lot of damage as well. And there's the GG by KingKong. A very, very fast stim timing push here. A one base all in, if you would. And at this level of play, you need to have a lot of defense. For some reason, the Xel'Naga towers were never really captured, but these Xel'Naga towers are not for the early game. They are more for the mid to late game. As you can see, they are off to the side. None of them keep track of what's happening straight down the middle of the map. There you can see also Puma having a decent number of SCVs plus a mule, still able to just crank out units. The Combat Shield didn't even come into play, but if it did come into play, it would have healed all of those Marines by 10 hit points, even if they did take some damage as well. And I don't think KingKong was just ready for that. He didn't go into a Baneling's Nest. He went for an early Spire, and he took a tech risk, and it really just came to punish him in the end. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 1 in this series. Stay tuned for Game 2.